All right, family. So Mr. Tyler Robinson has made his very first court appearance today. And he was just informed by the state that they will be seeking the death penalty. So the video was out by Fox, and this is the first time I guess he heard that they will be seeking the death penalty. We'll go ahead and play that video, but I'm also going to read the text messages that have just been revealed of him and his boyfriend. Okay. I don't call it a girlfriend, his boyfriend, who has been revealed to be transgender, or at least in the process of transitioning, which gives a little more insight on him going far left or far to the side where they believe these different things that Charlie was speaking against. See how it's all just coming together, and so weaving along. In fact, the last question that Charlie got asked, I believe, was somebody asking about mass shootings from transgenders. Ain't that crazy? Anywho, I'm going to play this video of him in court, his first appearance, but stay to the end because we're going to read the text messages together. I have not read them yet, but I do have them here, and I've seen somebody read a little bit of them, and interesting to say the least. Interesting to say the least. So stick around. We're going to watch those after this 4 or 5 minute clip. Check this out.
The jail, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Calling case 251-403-576, State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Graff. Mr. Scortis.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. You're probably already aware of my presence or why I'm here, but if not, I am not entering appearance. I'm not counsel on this case. I'm working with the county to get counsel assigned, but we need you to allow for the appointment of counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Scortis. I want to go through the qualifications
Absolutely.
for indigency, but that is my intent, Mr. Scortis.
Very well.
And I thank you for being here. So, Mr. Robinson, you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court can appoint an attorney to represent you. I have reviewed your declaration of financial status and find that you are indigent. I'm provisionally appointing a Rule 8 qualified attorney to represent you on your case, Mr. Robinson. Along with their filing of their appearance of counsel, the assigned attorneys must file declarations with the court that outline their qualifications under Rule 8 and under Rule 8B and Rule 8C for counsel appointment in a case where death may be a sentencing option. I'm ordering that those declarations be filed prior to the next hearing date, which is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Robinson, I also wish to inform you of your rights against self-incrimination. Anything that you say in court today could be used against you, and we want to protect your constitutional rights. Mr. Robinson, at this time, you will remain in custody without bail. Mr. Scortis, is there any other points that you wish to address?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Turning to the state.
Yes, Your Honor. Chad Grunander for the state. I'm also joined, and they're listed as attendees, Ryan McBride, Lauren Hunt, David Sturgill, and Chris Ballard. We are the trial team on this case. I do have a few points I'd like to bring up with Your Honor. We have filed a pretrial protective order on behalf of Erica Kirk. We would ask the court to review that. It should be in your queue, Your Honor, and sign that.
Thank you. I have reviewed the pretrial protective order and will be issuing this pretrial protective order in favor of Erica Kirk. Is there any other business that we need to address today, counsel?
Just for the court's information, we did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty that was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. So that should be in the court's file. Um, Lastly, I would just indicate to the court and to, at this point, Mr. Robinson, that we are prepared to collect all of the discovery in this matter and get that turned over to the defense as soon as possible. Rule 16 requires us to provide what we have relied on in charging the information and bringing these charges within 5 days once it's requested. So that'll be prepared to disseminate to the defense as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Grander. Mr. Robinson, what I also want to do is you have the right to have the charges read that you stand charged of, and I wish to read those to you at this time. Thank you. Mr. Robinson, for count 1, aggravated murder, a capital felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-5-202, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, intentionally or knowingly caused the death of Charlie Kirk under the following circumstances. The defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to another individual other than Charlie Kirk and the defendant. Notice conviction of this offense may carry the death penalty or pursuant to Utah Code 76-3-207.7, a mandatory term of imprisonment for life without parole or an indeterminate term of not less than 25 years, and that may be for life.
For being honest, white people are...
You know what's crazy? I'm looking at this kid, right? And I'm seeing a young boy. For one, the reward money that was going to his father turned it down and said it needs to go to the Kirk family. I think it was like $1.something million. His father turned it down, said it needs to go to the Kirk family. I'm looking at this little boy, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, he came out of a good home, is what it looked like. Good parents, good family. Mother was a social worker. Dad worked in the police department. And like, I believe his mother said he began to get more online, like within the last couple of years, and completely turned. He was brainwashed. I know it may seem a little far this way, but I can't help but to feel bad. Granted, what he did was horrific, and I believe that justice should be served. But I didn't know it was going to be no 22-year-old little kid. You know, and I honestly don't believe that even Charlie would want him executed. But if that's justice served, it's justice served. I'm not gonna be one to be like, that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't have happened. I'm just saying my heart goes out because he was brainwashed. And really it's the system. It's the 4 years as well. When Biden was in with the Biden administration, when they was trying to make everything seem okay and reward different people for different mental illness, they brought all this junk within 4 years for us to force it down our throats. And then this year, when stuff started reversing, when Trump made passed the executive bill that there's only 2 genders and different things about abortions, different things started getting back in order. It's like these people went frantic. They started panicking, like, oh, they're hateful. And then their mind gets brainwashed because of different celebrities and different networks and different TV shows and radio. Everybody's saying that it's hateful and it's this and that. It's like they're brainwashing these children. It's terrible, man. Like, this is a brainwashed little boy. That's what it is. That's who he is. Somebody who got completely brainwashed, manipulated by the system, to think that what he was doing was heroic. What an idiot. Watching too much stuff online. Algorithm filled with negativity. Now he's going to spend the rest of his days in jail. Or he's going to die. He's going to be executed. One of the two. And at the end of the day, whichever one it is, justice is served. But I showed you guys other videos as well. Candace is saying more people are involved. Different people are getting, different things are getting dug into. A lot more is here. A lot more is here than just this little kid, for sure. A lot more is here. A lot more is involved. So when justice is served, I pray that it's all served. Not just his situation, but everyone involved. May the Lord bring light on everything that went down. Not just this brainwashed little boy. Let's check out some of the text messages that he sent to his boyfriend. Roommate is his boyfriend. I believe his name is what, Trey Figs or some Figs. He sent this to his boyfriend, right? Roommate, boyfriend says, what? Wait a second. I think we done went too far. Hold on. Oh no, I guess this is where we got it to start. So he started texting his boyfriend, right? And the boyfriend says, what? You're joking, right? I'm still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be. Now, some people saying these are fake. I mean, the way it's written is a little off. I am still okay, my love. This is some movie stuff. But I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you, roommate. You weren't the one who did it, right? He says, I am. I'm sorry. Roommate says, I thought they caught the person. Talking about the old guy. And Tyler says, this dude's last name is Robinson. It's just messing me up. it's just messing me up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just messing me up. Like, I can't keep saying Robinson on the screens, and it's the criminal. It's crazy. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Why? His boyfriend replied. Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. So you got enough of his hate speech. He didn't harm nobody. He didn't hurt nobody. He didn't touch nobody. Your emotions got the best of you. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. I'm going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate says, how long have you been planning this? He said, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Then he says, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. Then he says, I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDK, if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about Prince. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. I didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find Prince. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was, he just giving away everything that he did. Now, if this is real, he just putting it all in text. If it's fake, they really trying to make it seem like it's real. What in the world? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices, Bulge, UWU on Fox, news, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. And last one we got. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think that was a $2,000 scope. Delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You're all I worry about, love. Talking about his boyfriend. I'm much more worried about you. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. Well, he sure didn't do that because he gave all the text messages up. He ain't trying to go to jail for you, Tyler. It ain't happening. My Lord. Terrible. And all for what? And all for what? 22 years old, guys. Life hasn't even got started yet. 22 years old. Brainwashed. May justice be served. Amen. Let me know what you guys think about the exchange. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Definitely interested in seeing your take on this. Amen. God bless. Shalom.